It's been a busy week for Manchester United in the transfer window, but there remains more work to be done. The Red Devils have announced the additions of Leny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee, while Mason Greenwood has departed the club for Marseille. With United looking to bounce back from their worst-ever Premier League finish, the summer is far from over however. The prospect of adding another central defender has not been ruled amid interest in Everton's Jarrad Branthwaite and Matthijs de Ligt of Bayern Munich. Neither will come cheaply, but will United open to selling players? There remains time to agree a deal. Erik ten Hag could still see a new midfielder added to his ranks. Manuel Ugarte is the most prominent name to emerge so far. Mirror Football takes a look at some of the biggest transfer stories surrounding the club at the moment. Personal terms agreed. Man United are reported to have agreed personal terms with Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Ugarte, as per Fabrizio Romano. The Uruguay international joined the Parisian club for £51 million from Sporting CP last summer and made 37 appearances under Luis Enrique. Agent Jorge Mendes has been in negotiations at Old Trafford as the club completed a deal for Yoro, and terms for Ugarte now seem like they won't be a problem. What I'm hearing is that during the conversations between Manchester United and Jorge Mendes for Leny Yoro's contract in recent weeks, Man United were also able to get the green light from Jorge Mendes and Manuel Urgate on contract terms, said Romano. So Manuel Urgate said yes to Manchester United, and personal terms are potential if they can agree on a deal with Paris Saint-Germain in place. So even without Champions League football, Manuel Urgate said yes to Manchester United. Same agent involved, Jorge Mendes. So these were the conversations between Mendes and Man United, agreeing on a deal for Leny Yoro. 2 players to fund Ugarte deal. While United have made good progress with Ugarte, PSG are adamant they will not take a fee below £59 million. It is not a fee that the Red Devils have balked at, but they may need to find some room in the transfer budget. Mail Online report that United will have to sell a midfielder to boost their spending power. Former Real Madrid star Casemiro and Scotland international Scott McTominay are said to be the candidates for sale. Casemiro has been linked with a move to the Saudi Pro League following interest from the Middle East. Such a move would see his hefty £375,000 per week wage taken off of the club's books. The 13 times Premier League champions have already rejected a bid from Fulham for McTominay after also turning down a £30 million offer last summer. Selling the 27-year-old would prove a boost for profit and sustainability rules, with McTominay coming through the club's academy. As rivals grumble over Manchester United's successful signing of centre-back Leny Yoro, Ineos grin as their persistent hounding pays off. Yoro, 18, has yet to kick a ball for the Red Devils, but he's showcased his considerable qualities at LOSC Lille over the past 2 years, garnering a reputation as a generational talent, such as the player's technical command and tactical understanding, exhibited at a precocious level. Talent scout Jacek Kulig had previously dubbed Yoro as world-class material, while his efforts in League One saw him touted for the Young Player of the Season award, pipped by Paris Saint-Germain prodigy Warren Zaïre-Emery. United's £52 million outlay, rising to £59 million, might seem steep to many, but this is a player with the world at his feet, coveted by Real Madrid and Liverpool, bested by Sir Jim Ratcliffe's blooming project. Raphael Varane's £350,000 per week contract at the Theatre of Dreams has expired, while Villarreal have signed Willy Kambwala, 19, for £10 million. United, hungry for success, want another defender. Man United lining up another defender. As per Sky Sports' Dharmesh Sheth, speaking to GIVEMESPORT, Man United are still in for Everton centre-back Jarrad Branthwaite, who has already been the subject of 2 failed bids from Old Trafford this summer. United's interest was complicated by Everton's proposed £50 million sale of Amadou Onana to Aston Villa, easing Everton's need to cash in, but following the Friedkin Group's failed Toffees takeover, Branthwaite's future is cast back into doubt. Sheth says now that the England international is a live option for Erik ten Hag's side, though they would need to hit the £70 million ballpark to ensure they complete their backline with a formidable new star. Jarrad Branthwaite's 23-24th season in numbers. Branthwaite spent the 2022-23 campaign on loan with PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands, returning to Merseyside last summer and since growing into one of the division's mightiest defenders. Jared Branthwaite, England. The 6'5" Titan, aged 22, featured 35 times in the Premier League last season, scored 3 goals and kept 12 clean sheets. As per SofaScore, he wasn't just a passenger in a drilled and coherent Everton side, winning a whopping 68% of his duels and averaging 1.9 tackles, 4.5 clearances and 5.2 ball recoveries per game. As per FBref, he ranks among the top 19% of centre-backs across Europe's top 5 leagues over the past year for goals, the top 20% for tackles, the top 18% for interceptions and the top 18% for aerial duels won per 90. Considering his frame, it's hardly surprising that he's adept in the air, but the way he controls and manipulates with his shifty movements and steely presence in the duels marks him as one of the soundest on English shores. Take, for example, Everton's struggles in the previous campaign. James Tarkowski is an experienced centre-half, very good at his craft, but he plied his trade on boggy footing and failed to implement Sean Dyche's iron-enforced philosophy, with Michael Keane and Yerry Mina flattering to deceive alongside him. 2 points above the drop zone and 57 goals shipped across the 38-game campaign was not a position to take pride in, but despite the din on the blue half of Merseyside, Branthwaite and his defensive contingent have raised the ceiling and then some, confidently finishing 14th last term despite an 8-point deduction, and with a pretty impressive clean sheet record besides. It's clear that Branthwaite is one of the finest young defenders in the Premier League, and he would make such a difference to United's improving project. Why Man Utd must follow Euro signing with Branthwaite? Take a look above, the answer is in the metrics. Branthwaite is a hulking unit of a defender, with his sinewed frame and imposing presence setting him up for a career of imperious defense in the rearguard. For now, that's at Goodison Park, but United have registered their interest and could now follow up the stunning capture of one of Europe's biggest talents with one of the Premier League's most exciting rising stars. Crucially, Branthwaite is left-footed. Euro is not. This could prove to be an almighty partnership down the line, with Branthwaite the beast of a defender, as said by analyst Ben Mattinson, to meld into the assured, intelligent security of his French confrère. The contrast in styles could pay dividends, with the Goodison Park side scarcely employing a possession-heavy style and thus seeing Branthwaite's pass completion rate languish below the, perhaps, desired level. However, he will undoubtedly see that 80% completion rate rise at Man United, especially next to Euro, who already ranks among the top 7% of positional peers across Europe's top 5 leagues over the past year for pass completion, 92.1%. Manchester United haven't been shy to spend over the past decade, but it just hasn't come together for the prestigious Premier League outfit. Now, though, the wind has shifted at the theatre, and the Red Devils are starting to dream. New Manchester United chief Omar Berrada reportedly made signing Leny Yoro his personal project, and was determined to keep going until the player joined Old Trafford. The 18-year-old defender was announced as the second Red Devils signing of the summer, joining Joshua Zirkzee after his £36 million arrival from Bologna, following a superb season with League One side Lille. Yoro is seen as one of the brightest defensive talents in Europe, and according to Spanish outlet Marca, transfer chief Berrada quickly identified the player as a key target soon after he got to work at United. Berrada joined from rivals Manchester City and only officially began working as the club's new CEO this month, but has wasted little time making an impression after securing 2 young talents. Berrada has a big job at Old Trafford after his move to the club was announced in January as part of a shake-up of the hierarchy under new co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe, with Dan Ashworth also joining as sporting director. Yoro has become the latest addition and has signed a 5-year deal at Old Trafford, saying it was an incredible honor to join the club after putting pen to paper with Erik ten Hag's side on Thursday. The teenager said, "Signing for a club with the stature and ambition of Manchester United so early in my career is an incredible honor. Since my first conversations with the club, they set out a clear plan for how I can develop in Manchester as part of this exciting pro. I know about the history of young players at Manchester United and feel it can be the perfect place to reach my potential and achieve my ambitions, together with my new teammates." I cannot wait to get started. New sporting director Dan Ashworth called Yoro one of the most exciting young defenders in world football, and said he had every attribute to develop into a top center-back. Yoro will link up with the United squad as they prepare for a big season, with Ten Hag's men setting off for a preseason tour of the United States next week, beginning with a clash against Arsenal before taking on Real Betis and Liverpool in August.